They say life begins at 40, but have you ever stopped to ask yourself what that really means? Because for most of us, turning 40 doesn't feel like a new beginning. It feels like pressure, bills, responsibilities, and the noise of the world telling us it's too late to change. But what if everything they told you was wrong? What if 40 isn't the end of your youth, but the start of your wisdom, your courage, your freedom? This is where your real story begins. At 40, something changes, not just in your body, but in your soul. You stop chasing every trend, every opinion, every temporary win. You start craving something deeper: peace, purpose, meaning. In your 20s, you wanted to prove yourself. In your 30s, you wanted to build something. But in your 40s, you begin to understand yourself. You realize success isn't how fast you climbed, it's how deeply you lived. Maybe your career didn't turn out the way you planned. Maybe your marriage is struggling. Maybe you wake up some mornings and wonder, is this it? Is this all there is? But listen, that question isn't a sign of failure, it's the doorway to awakening. Because when you start asking, is this it? You're finally ready to find what truly matters. Here's a truth that most people forget. You can start over any time. J.K. Rowling was 32, broke, divorced, and raising a child when she wrote Harry Potter. Vera Wang became a designer at 40. Colonel Sanders didn't start KFC until 65. They didn't restart because life was easy. They restarted because life pushed them to rediscover who they were. And maybe that's you right now. Maybe you've been so busy being what others need, you forgot who you are. But here's the beautiful part. At 40, you've lived enough to know what doesn't matter. You've been through heartbreak, failure, disappointment. And somehow, you're still standing. That strength, that quiet resilience, is your greatest weapon for what comes next. Sometimes, the hardest part of starting a new life is letting go of the old one. We hold on to regrets, the mistakes we made, the chances we didn't take, the people we lost. But listen closely, your past isn't your prison, it's your teacher. Every heartbreak taught you empathy. Every failure taught you resilience. Every wrong turn led you closer to your truth. You don't need to erase your past, you just need to rewrite your relationship with it. Because if you keep reading the same old chapter, you'll never have the courage to write a new one. So close that old book, take a deep breath and start a new page, today. The world tells you success means more money, more status, more followers. But after 40, you start realizing real success is freedom. Freedom to say no, freedom to slow down, freedom to love yourself, not because of what you achieve, but because of who you've become. You don't need to compete anymore, you've earned the right to choose peace. Maybe success for you now means having dinner with your kids every night. Maybe it means finally taking that road trip you've been putting off. Maybe it means switching careers, or just learning to smile again after years of pretending you're okay. Whatever it is, define it on your terms. Because this is your life and you've got chapters left to write. Here's something powerful. Your body may age, but your spirit doesn't. Every year gives you more perspective, more compassion, and more power to create meaning. Maybe your 20s were for chasing, your 30s for building, but your 40s, they're for becoming the person you were always meant to be. So dream again, start again, fall in love again, with life, with yourself, with possibility. It's never too late. The clock didn't run out, it just started ticking for a new adventure. You are not behind, you are right on time. And when you look back 10 years from now, you'll see that this moment right here was the turning point. Because life doesn't end at 40, it begins. So go write your best chapter yet. The world is waiting to read it. If this message spoke to you, remember, you're not too old, you're not too late, and your story isn't over. It's just getting good. Welcome to your new beginning.